That would. I've seen tons of people screaming though, so I wouldn't think it was that.
And they're sure to do everything they can to get it. Protect the package and do not let it reach the extraction point.
It says waiting for Talking Sith on the stream.
Oh, I see it. I see it live. So.
We'll do it live.
Is it good? I don't know what's going on.
Sweet. All right, sweet. I think you guys are. Oh, sweet. You guys are in green. Nice. Have you been able to play the beta months today?
Yeah, I played for.
Second game.
Sweet.
Probably played for like 2 hours, maybe. A little bit on Xbox One, and then a little bit on here.
I've been playing.
A little bit of Monica in my life.
I've been playing a lot. Oh gosh. Favorite class so far?
Definitely specialist.
Only class.
Definitely specialist. You said.
Artifact.
Yeah.
So
For
I'm
sure.
convinced that the artifact that we're taking is the lightsaber.
Obviously.
Okay.
Oh man, we're getting right into it. We're getting right into it.
I was thinking that that's definitely because they don't say what the artifact is. They're just like, "Oh, go get the artifact." But they don't say which one it is.
I have not played this mode yet. This looks awesome. What
So
about
big
you? What's your
changes
favorite?
that I've noticed. My favorite's Heavy's definitely Heavy.
Oh yeah,
Heavy's,
that's a good one too.
Like, Heavy's been my go-to in both the in each era. Like, I'm loving the Heavy classes.
I'm loving it.
My biggest thing though, some of the biggest changes I've noticed so far are hip fire. Like, hip fire is definitely not nearly as accurate as it was in Battlefront. Like, where hip fire, you could basically never scope ever, and you would be fine. Like in this game, I tried to shoot from the hip using the Heavy class to start out, and it was not.
It wasn't working for you. Yeah, Adam and I were talking about it. It feels like overall, it feels like a shooter, a lot more than the first Battlefront did. So which is good.
Oh yeah, I mean, which is awesome. Like, it definitely feels much more like a competitive shooter.
Yeah.
As opposed to Battlefront that just kind of felt like jump in and pew.
Shoot from the hip and you're good to go.
Yeah, shoot from the hip and you're straight. We're playing Strike right now, right?
Yeah, I have not played Strike yet. I've been playing a lot of
Going dark.
Galactic.
This
whatever it is.
castle though, man.
Yeah, this is
castle.
beautiful.
Any of the,
It's so nice, man.
Carry it down. Secure the area around.
Maz's castle just looks beautiful.
What'd you say, Adam? Sorry, I couldn't hear.
Have you played any Starfighter Assault?
I have not.
I have not. We'll have to try that all together because I haven't touched it yet. So we'll have to all get our impressions of that at the same time. Because I messed around in one of the ships when I was on the Boo, and the ships definitely handle a lot differently.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Better, I'll say.
They kind of tilt a little bit. Without your control, I don't know. I'm just not used to it.
They remind me of flying a plane in GTA. That's kind of like what I went to. When I went to try to get used to the controls, I was like, oh, you know what? This is like GTA controls for piloting, and that's how it felt. I mean, honestly, it was it's like a mix of. It's a mix of what Adam was asking for, which is being able to have pitch control and all that good stuff. But they did kind of keep that aiming at the middle of the screen type of flight.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
System. So it's kind of a little bit of both. But I definitely feel like it's better than Battlefront 1 for sure. Oh my gosh, it'd be nice to be able to get some kills here. I'm gonna have to switch weapons. And I think from what I see so far, you can in the beta it seems like you can only get up to level 2 or 3 in each class.
No, I'm level 6.
Adam said he's level 6. I was like, what?
Well, in your Heavy class, or in a specific class, or is your character?
No, I'm level 6 in Heavy.
In Heavy, why can't I get past 3 then?
I
don't understand.
I'm level 4 as a specialist.
Overall, I'm level 6 in Heavy.
Huh. Interesting. Maybe I'm not understanding how to rank up as much as I should be.
I was playing Galactic Assault with Jared. I've only played one game. but I was playing a ton of objectives. Like I picked up that rifle that shoots the tank. I picked that up 3 different times and shot the tank 3 different times. Like I got Han Solo on my second death.
So you were just playing the objective.
I guess so. I wasn't really doing anything on purpose. I was just playing.
Right.
I'm like level 4 specialist, and I've been playing all day. So I don't know.
What was that, Jared? I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
I've been playing like for a couple hours, and I'm only level 4, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm level."
Sniper's garbage.
Level.
I'm assault.
6.
On assault, I'm level 4. Assault, I'm level 4, but I stopped at level 3 on heavy. Maybe I've been playing more assault than I thought I was. Maybe I'm not playing as much heavy as I thought I was originally.
Oh, okay.
But
I don't know how the
I mean,
leveling
I'm
works.
really enjoying the assault class. I mean, I think that I like that this, you know, everything's like customizable as far as like what your star cards are and all that. So it's not like you're stuck on the play. Like, yeah, you might play the assault class, but you can still play them differently than like someone else. So it'll be nice to see.
Oh yeah.
What other star cards we get. You know, when launch happens. So, but overall, as far as like classes go, I'm definitely enjoying the heavy class
The most.
the most at this point.
Dude, they have a ton of health. Like you don't realize it until you have to
Yeah.
shoot someone, and you're like, what? How is this guy still
The heavy
alive?
class
Like,
does take a lot. How do you guys feel about when you're playing against a hero and then when you're playing as a hero? Are you feeling like it's a little bit more balanced than last game, or is it still like you felt like straight OP when you had a hero?
No, I would say it's more balanced.
Well,
It's cool because you can heal as a hero, but at the same time, I
Yeah.
feel like the regular soldiers do a lot more damage to you, so it's kind of a trade-off.
That's how I felt too. I felt like I was like, it wasn't like before where I felt like as long as you kept mobile and like, you know, kept, paid attention to like what your skills were, then you could stay alive for a decent amount of time. And it wasn't that I wasn't like, you know, holding it down with Han, because I got to play as Han too. It wasn't that I wasn't doing well, it just felt like they could definitely do a lot more damage than they could before.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I got Han one time, and it took me. I like was trying to get used to him when I died. Still, you know, I wasn't really comfortable
Yeah.
with him before I got
That's exactly.
killed, so
Yeah, that's exactly
I
how
don't
I
know
felt
how
about
I feel
Maul.
about it yet.
I've only
I
got to use
think once
Darth
I
Maul
get to
like
spend more
once.
time getting used to his powers, and because
Yeah.
I still don't know what he does. Like once I get used to that and get good with him, then I think he'll be a little bit more OP. But right now, it's
Yeah,
just
I agree.
super. I'm super newbie. And then I was playing while I was waiting for Jared to hop on. I didn't want to play alone, so I was playing the not the training, but the single player stuff. And I
Yeah.
got to be Darth Maul on that, and that was pretty cool. He's pretty good, but he doesn't block, which really sucks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's why
I
I don't
noticed
know
that
how.
too. I was waiting for the block. I was like, or at least trying the block, and I was like, oh man, I don't think he has a block. And it
yeah,
was,
I know.
Yeah.
Like,
I know
agree,
Ray
like,
has a
that
block.
was kind of a bummer.
Yeah,
Ray's got a block.
it's
It must be
cool
one of
that
their
he can, 'cause
abilities.
It's not really his forte. It seems like, like even in the movie, it's not something you could see him doing a lot of. So it's pretty cool that he doesn't, I guess. But I think the trade-off should be like way more power or mobility or something.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get to play as him in the multiplayer. I played with him in like the same thing you did, Adam, when I jumped and did the offline stuff.
Yeah.
Like Andy came over after work for a little bit, and I wanted to see like how the multiplayer went. So we were playing on the multiplayer, and I mean, on that one, I agree. Like I felt like it would have been nice to be able to block. But I do think that like the trade-off with Maul is that like when I saw somebody playing as him on multiplayer, they were like tearing through like clone troopers, like they were messing them up. So I think like not being able to block doesn't really affect him too negatively, only
Right.
because he's
How much damage
like,
he does.
like you said, yeah, he's like doing so much damage, and like when you use his abilities, you do become pretty mobile. Plus, I'm thinking like once we get like the purple or like the legendary cards and all that to upgrade him with, he's gonna be like much more intense to play with.
Yeah, I
Oh
agree.
my gosh, this flame
I
trooper
agree.
is like driving me nuts.
I agree with you on that matter.
Shut up. I'll never let that go.
Well, you shouldn't leave it down. It's like the stupidest thing you could have said.
Oh, no.
I don't like, and Jared and I talked about it, but I'm not a huge fan of not spawning on your partner anymore, or even having a partner in general.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's great that you can party up and, you know, we stick together. And it says, like, from what I've read, and I've just started playing with you guys now, so I haven't, like, tested out the theory yet. So, but from what I've read so far, like, most people aren't having that much issue staying in a lobby with their friends, where it's not like you need to back out 4 times to make sure you're all on the same
I just
team.
missed having a partner. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't let you do that. Like, I know when you spawn in, you spawn as a squad, but not always together, which is frustrating. This flame is coming out of nowhere. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I thought it was lagging out.
I was like, where is this flame coming from?
It's a magic flame.
Right, it's like out of nowhere. Have you guys experienced any lags or anything like that?
Well, I was talking to Adam, and when I was playing on Xbox One, there was a ton of lag, and I was like, "What is this?"
Really?
Yeah, but then I play on here, and it's like, seems like it's way better.
I'll say that, like, when I started earlier in the day, because I woke up, I'm an early to rise type of person, so I was up at like 4:35 in the morning. And I was like, oh, hey, the Battlefront Beta 2 is live. So when I went on this morning, it was like running super smooth.
Yeah.
There was no issues. And then, like, I came on a little bit later today, and then it seemed like the more people that got on and started playing the beta, the choppier it got, which was, I expected that kind of.
Yeah, it's a beta.
It's not as bad as, like, most first days of the, like, big betas are, so...
Oh no, it's definitely not as bad as the first Battlefront beta.
Well, that's what I was about to say though. I think I remember it being about like this. I don't remember it being any worse than this.
I could have swore I remember. You know what? It wasn't the beta. It was launch. When the game launched, it had some issues where like it was. It was an EA launch. So like when the game launched, it had a lot of problems with not loading, and a lot of people like weren't able to even like log on to the game. So. There was that for launch, but you're right. I don't think during the beta, I actually don't remember there being much problems. In fact, I'm pretty sure I played the beta every single day it was out without really any issues. Like every
maybe I was thinking of the first.
Played, it was fun.
Maybe I was thinking of the opening day too. Maybe I don't know.
And honestly, I feel like this beta is
like
bigger than.
When it's a true open beta, we'll see what it's really like.
Oh yeah.
Right
when
now,
is it?
It's closed.
Is that the 6th?
I don't know if it's tomorrow or Thursday. I mean Friday.
Actually, we get another 2 days with it before everybody else jumps on, which is kind of nice.
Gotcha.
Like,
yeah, that'll be interesting.
Dude, we're gonna wreck everyone that.
That'll be crazy.
We're gonna wreck everyone.
Yeah, we'll see how the servers hold up.
That doesn't have all the upgrades and everyone knows how to play. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, honestly, like, I was excited to jump on, like, first thing, because by the time, like, the day had worn on, people that I had seen, like, in multiple lobbies, like, were starting to, like, already get a bunch of star cards and things like that. So I'm like, well, I'm glad I jumped on and started getting mine, because this is definitely gonna be one of those games that I keep up with and try to play as competitively as possible. Like, I'm not the best I'm gonna try to get pretty good at it. Because it's a pretty fun game so far.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
So hey guys, it's good to see you guys in the chat. It's Wednesday, so you know how it goes with the chat. But we are definitely paying attention, and we are playing Star Wars Battlefront 2. We're playing through the beta right now. We're trying out. We're gonna try to play through all the game modes so we can give you guys a look at everything. And as we play, we're gonna comment on what we're seeing and what we're doing, and oh my gosh, and look at that, MVP, most kills, damage dealt. Mega Man's killing it right now. But yeah, guys, we're definitely going to be giving away Star Wars Battlefront 2 tomorrow during our live stream. You can definitely catch us on there at some point in the day, at any point if you guys want to jump on.
Any point in the day, literally anytime.
Any point in the day. Adam is actually going to be able to make it. We didn't think Adam was going to be able to do it, but he was able to make it happen, so nice. That's awesome. So Adam was able to come on, which is awesome because we didn't think he was going to be able to make it. So that makes it all
much
better. Which is
I think at some point when Jared and I are playing together, Chaz, we can do a drawing for those 2 pins since we picked them up. Do you want us to give both of them to one person or one pin each to
I think
people?
if we gave 1 to 2 different people, that'd be good. That way we just give more chances to win. Plus, they are pretty sweet. I want to share the love. So yeah, I think
if you want to do the drawing for us, Jared and I will announce the winners while we're on at some point in the morning tomorrow.
Yeah, sure. I'll do that tonight. I'll get a winner for you guys, and then some winners for you guys, and then you guys can announce it. And then during the day, at some point tomorrow, we'll go ahead and pick the winner for the game. No, we're actually going to be giving a copy of the game away, not just the beta, the actual game. So, because right now it's a little too late to get a beta code. I mean, everyone can basically play the beta on the 6th right now. It's if you didn't get it by basically like 3 or 4 days ago, then the codes are, but you can't get a beta code for jumping in early. So. Yeah, unfortunately not that. But we will be giving away a copy of Star Wars Battlefront 2 tomorrow during the live stream, so make sure you pop in at some point in time. Yeah, it's much cooler to get the whole game. Because honestly, as cool as this beta is, it's just making me so excited for the game. Like, I can't wait for the full game to come out.
It's not any money. You're going to get the actual $60 value game from us.
Exactly. Which is way better. Way better. But yeah, so Andrew, hey, what's up? Thanks for joining us, guys. Thanks for joining us. The 4 people here should only be allowed to enter the giveaway. Haha. Well, if you subscribe, then you'll get a chance to get in the giveaway. Oh, I see. You are level 6 on the heavy trooper, huh? I wonder what I was doing that didn't level me up as quickly as you.
It must be objective score.
I should probably play
That's what it's got to be.
It must have to be something that has to do directly with the objective score. So I'm gonna try to play the objective
too, like a heavy challenge without noticing.
Maybe,
like
certain
type of kill or something.
We got a couple people up there in the bushes there. Some Revies. Nice.
I'm hitting them.
As far as because we're at Maz's castle right now, so as far as Takodana, as far as looks, what are you guys thinking so far as how the game is looking?
It's pretty. The movement's weird.
What do you mean?
It's just it controls more heavy than the previous game. I feel like.
Okay.
Like you walk around in a different way. So it's weird to get used to after being so used to the first game. But the levels and particle effects and all that themselves are real pretty.
I'm at your side.
Yeah, I agree. I think it looks. I mean, like I said about Battlefront. I mean, no, that game didn't obviously deliver the way some people wanted it to. But you can't say it wasn't a pretty game.
No, it's 2 years old and it's beautiful still.
Yeah, a gorgeous game. So I was hoping that they could, not lose any of that, but add all the content that they were talking about adding. And it really looks like they pulled through and were able to keep it nice and pretty, but not slack off on giving us what we wanted content-wise. So
yeah,
that was really nice. Plus, I'm loving being able to play as a First Order trooper right now.
Oh, it's so sick. They look so
much
cool.
fun, man. They look awesome, man. They look really good. Like, I'm impressed with the clone troopers too. Like, the jump trooper looks awesome. Playing as the jump trooper was a lot of fun. Like, that was.
Oh, that's my favorite thing to do.
Oh, we're gonna have to jump into the into the Galactic Assault pretty soon, so we can let Adam give it a try. Nice.
Yeah, I played Han Solo in Galactic Assault. Like I said, on my second death, I had gotten enough points to just be a hero, so I didn't even worry about being a jump trooper or Naboo fighter or anything, or Wookiee. So I'm interested to see what that's like once you get enough points for that, but not enough for the hero.
Yeah, I got enough points. Like, I honestly didn't save up for the hero very often. Like, and that's you know, we'll obviously like talk a little bit more about it when we're playing that game mode. But like when I went to go play as like when I was saving up my battle points, I found it better to like use them more frequently for like, you know, like you said, like the Wookiee or like the Jump Trooper or,
Yeah, and I probably would
one of
too,
the
but I
battle
didn't
droids.
actively like consciously save up. Like I said, it was just one death, so I had the option, so I took it. And if I had the, I haven't done any Saber heroes, so if I had the option to do like Rey, then I would have done that. But somebody was already.
Yeah, and I think you need like 6,000 battle points to get Rey or Maul. And then, like, the Jump Trooper was, like, 2,000, and then, I can't remember, the other one was, like, a couple times. But, like, honestly, it didn't, like, if you're playing the objective, then I found that it wasn't that hard to get battle points.
No,
like, as long as you're
it
playing the objective,
quick.
it was pretty easy.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, if you're going for just kills, it can be a little tough.
The worst part about it was that somebody was already the person I wanted to be, so it was, that part sucked. But other than that, it was real quick and, you know, easy.
Yeah, but we did talk about that, like, wanting that to be balanced, where it wasn't, like, anybody and everybody could, like, we'd have a field of battle droids, or, like, you know, the B2 battle droids running around
Everyone
and just wrecking
save up
stuff,
for
like,
a hero.
or, like, everybody's a Wookiee, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I like that it was, like, it kept it balanced, where it seemed like there was never... It was never like overdone where there was just heroes all on the field.
Well, that's the other thing. I don't know if it'll be different in the full game, but there were only 2 heroes to choose from anyway. So I wonder if that'll be something that's different.
Yeah, I definitely think that's going to be different, only because I know for the beta we were told we were only going to be able to play as 2 heroes, or not the 2 heroes, the 3 heroes. It's Han. Yeah, and so
There's 4 because there's Boba Fett.
Oh, that's true, yeah. So, the 2 per team, like you were saying.
Right.
So, I knew we were only going to get 2 heroes, but we already know, like, for launch, we're going to get Finn and Phasma during launch.
That's what I was going to ask. So, Finn and Phasma are launch, or are they coming later?
I'm pretty sure they're...
It's not clear.
I'm pretty sure they're coming launch. I'll like make sure I get that 100% right, but I'm pretty sure that they're going to be during launch, or they're going to be the first. Either they're going to be launch, or they're going to be the first DLC. One or the other. I can't remember. Is the giveaway going to be digital version? Maybe. Yeah, Han. I know Han and everyone we're playing is now. We're getting
Chewie, Vader. But I thought during the John Boyega video he said, and you'll get stuff via download later, and they showed Finn and Falcon.
Oh, that's right, that's right. So you know what? You're probably right. It probably is for download later on down the road. Download the road. But yeah, guys, the giveaway is going to be of a digital version. That way we don't have to worry about sending you a copy and be getting lost in the mail or something dumb like that. And it's a lot quicker. That way all we have to do is like get the code for you and then give you the code and then you're good to go. So
the beta was a pretty quick download once I was on reliable internet. I started the download in my hotel using my phone as a hotspot, and I ran out of data, which only happens when I hotspot, but I didn't know that. So it got like halfway downloaded in my room, and then I had to do the rest once I got home. But once I got home, it was like lickety split. It was immediate. So I wonder if the game will be like that too. Because this was like what, 19 gigs?
Yeah, I mean the game was only like I think you're right. I think it was only like 18 or 19 gigs. I think it was 19 gigs, but it only took me like I want to say. I woke up, saw that it was good to go, and then it took, like, I got up and made coffee. By the time I was done with, like, my coffee and bagel.
Oh, you cut out.
Yeah, no, it was, by the time I was done eating, it was finished, so it was, like, a half hour, maybe? Like, 30 minutes, 35 minutes. No, it wasn't bad at all. Not bad at all. Especially with, like, I feel like, PlayStation download times take a while. Like, I find that PlayStation download times take much longer. Like, my brother has an Xbox One, and that's the one thing I'm, like, envious about, is I feel like his downloads take, like, way shorter than mine do.
Are you hardwired?
I am. Yeah, I think my internet's just not the greatest.
Yeah, that's probably why you cut out all the time, too.
Probably.
Shots fired.
Probably. I need better internet.
You broke up when you said that.
I say that. I think I just cut out as I said I needed better internet. That's hilarious. That's bad. That's bad.
What is this? What are those grenades that like launch out? It's like one explosion.
The officer or the specialist? I don't remember, but it's really cool.
Are they flash grenades? Cause
oh, the like it's that like barrage grenade, but it like
dude, it looks
sits there
crazy.
and then it like splits into like multiple ones,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's really cool. Cause the first time I saw it, I was like, wait, what's this thing do?
And it's like, oh
and then
god.
it split up into a million of them. I'm like, oh jeez, that is not what I was
I
expecting.
used it in the single player mode when I was just like trying it out, and I threw it at the floor. I was like, okay, nothing happened, so I ran, and then it exploded when I got close to it and killed myself. But it was pretty cool when it exploded right into my face.
Yeah, I think the weapons in this game are like, especially because their potential for like modding and things like that. Like,
Yeah.
I haven't unlocked any mods yet, or I think I did unlock a mod, but it's for like the officer class, and I never used the officer class. So,
I've gotten some like star car mods, but I haven't gotten any like weapon attachments yet. I don't have enough of the little scrap metal things for it.
And have you guys been accumulating scrap pretty easily? Because it's been taking me a while.
No, it's taking me a while.
I only have the 20 I started with. I don't even know how you get it.
I
think
got
that's
it through getting the crates.
Yeah, I think that's the only way you
okay.
can get them, which is kind of a bummer.
It would
Like,
be
it was
cool if
in
you
the-
could
I
scrap the
found, like,
stuff you're
10 in
never
the
gonna
crates.
use. Like, I'm
I
never gonna
think-
use Barrage.
That's gotta be what they can do. Because I'm assuming that because things are coming crates, you might get doubles sometime.
Right,
So,
I
like-
have 2 Barrages.
So I'm hoping that like if you get doubles, you can scrap stuff for, you know,
Yeah.
like you said, for the like scrap pieces. But I would hope so. I mean, I don't know what heroes are available in the beta. We just talked about that. So the heroes available in the beta are Maul, Rey, Boba, and Han. Those are the heroes available. And then we have like the kind of like classes that are like a step down from that, which are like the specialist classes, and there are quite a few of those in the game. So we'll have to try to show you guys those as we play along, and try to point out when Jared's able to, because he's the one streaming tonight. So whenever Jared hops on one of those characters, he can let you guys know which one he's playing and a little bit more about how it feels. But so far, the game is feeling really good as far as just a shooter goes.
Oh yeah, it's good.
It's really decent. Like it's
a big improvement from what the first one was as a shooter.
It's
for
a
sure.
massive improvement. It feels more competitive. Like I had some pretty cool moments so far that were like you know, it feels like more like what I thought the first game was going to be, which is basically like a Battlefield game that's wrapped in Star Wars.
Yeah.
That's not really what the first one was. It was much more just like, this is a Star Wars shooter where you like shoot laser guns at your friends.
Try
Like,
to get 200
that's
kills.
what it felt like. Yeah, basically like try to get as many kills as you can before the time runs out. Like that's how
We
it
don't
felt.
care about the
And-
objective, just get as many kills as you
yeah,
want.
exactly. Like, oh no, we lost. That's kind of how it, like, this one definitely feels like a Battlefield game that's wrapped in, like, a Star Wars cloth. Like, that's definitely the way it feels. Like, it's much better. Oh my gosh.
You wanna
Again.
try some Galactic Assault?
Yeah, let's do it.
Galactic Salt sounds pretty good right now.
I
Yeah,
like this map
I'll have
better
to
than
say,
Galactic
Erica,
Assault,
like,
but
the graphics
gameplay's
are, they definitely feel a step up. Like, we're about to go play Galactic Assault, and I don't know if you've checked it out yet, but feed is incredible. It looks beautiful. Like you
The
said,
one
I like
thing-
Maz Kanata's castle a little bit better. Palaceless.
The casting couch. The one thing I'll say is that the audio in one felt like way more immersive, and I don't know if that's just because we've only got a couple things going on, but I remember like the first time playing the beta on Hoth and a TIE fighter screaming overhead, and that felt crazy. So I don't know if it's just the way the music is in this one, but I feel like the audio in the first one was more immersive.
It's so funny because I had the same thing, but I wasn't quite sure what it was. Like, are we gonna back out of this?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, okay, sweet. I wasn't sure what it was, and like you kind of just explained it because I was like feeling the same way. I'm like, something feels like it's missing audio-wise. Like, I'm not sure if it's like the music just isn't there, or if it's like it's not as like seamlessly like blended with the gameplay as it was in the first one, but it did feel different. Like, it doesn't feel quite the same. And you're right, it feels like it's like kind of lacking a little bit. Like, it's not like something that's not quite there.
I can't join a game.
Protect the package and do not let it reach the extraction point.
I thought I backed out, but I guess I didn't. My bad.
Way to go.
Way to go.
And I like that now it tells you what like the other person's doing. So like just now I got a thing that said Adam's searching for a Galactic Assault game. So it's not like you're not just sitting there like,
Yeah.
all right, what are we gonna do next? Like, it actually, like, I don't know, it's built more like a multiplayer, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
And I kind
feel
of
like
really
the menu's
like
better,
that.
too.
The menu's way better, and I like that they took away game modes. There was way too many game modes.
Oh,
in
see, I don't like that at all.
the first one. I was
I'm
happy
hoping
that
in
they
the
took them away.
in the full game that there's just as many as the first game, if not more.
I felt like it pulled players from like the main game mode, where so like all of a sudden now people were going off and playing like Hero Hunt, when it would have been better just to have more people on heroes versus villains because it was more fun anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I disagree.
Yeah, that was
cool
the one
to
thing I was kind of happy
have a
about.
ton.
So.
Like, I wish there was some kind of lobby that switched between them. Like, if you picked, like, I don't know, Skirmish, and it would play Blast and go from Blast into Droid Run, into Capture the Flag, into Hero Hunt. That would be cool. But I liked how many game types there were. Honestly, I didn't feel like there were enough in the first one. So the fact that
Really, there was so many. There's so many game types in the first one.
Yeah.
Like, what was there's like Blast, Cargo, and Droid Run were all pretty much the same game mode. It felt like.
You felt
And
like
I think
They were more different when the launch happened. I feel like they
Yeah.
just made them all so much crappier to play. But like when the game came out, Droid
Like
Run and
Zone.
Cargo were both really fun. So was Drop
Yeah.
Zone, and they were different from each other too. So
yeah,
I mean,
Yeah, that's
they
the other
really
one, Drop
changed the
Zone.
game type once it had been out for 6 months or a year or whatever. They really changed all the game types, and I wasn't a huge fan of that change.
Yeah, I'll say that, like, I agree with you. And I mean, we've talked about this before, but I think that the buffs and some of the nerfs that they put through really kind of altered the game in a way that made it not unplayable, obviously, because we still played plenty of it, but it definitely made the game not as enjoyable when they, like, you know, we were talking about the the nerf they had put through to Han Solo's ship, and the nerf they had put through to the DL-44,
Yeah.
and it was like, you know, those guns and those things were like, even though they were OP, like, I don't know, they just made the game more fun, but like at the same time they also had to like nerf the freaking the AT-ATs and stuff like that, because they were just like, it was every time the Empire was winning, like the Empire won every single time. So yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, Chaz, you probably didn't like the game modes too, because at the end, like, there weren't a lot of people playing them, and when you would play them, it was just like a squad of 6 that all were talking to each other, and that was really annoying.
Yeah, when we first started, it was so much fun.
Yeah, and you
because
get
it
different
was
people in every lobby, but if you play it now and it's like the same people over and over, you're like,
Yeah,
unplayable.
no, that's probably true. That's probably true. Is as the game started to dwindle, you're right. Like, people weren't playing those game modes as much. So I'd go into like the lobby, and it's like you said, instead of it being two full squads of 6, it's one squad of like 4, and then like another squad of 3, and basically just people pop in and out of the game. So, you know what I mean?
Have you guys played this not in a party? The beta?
I haven't. Yeah, I played it not in a party.
Is there game chat now or no?
I couldn't find it, but I also didn't look very, very hard, so
Okay.
I
But
don't
it's
know
just
if
not
it's just
naturally
something.
where you're talking to
It's
your
not.
team.
Yeah, it's not somewhere. Yeah, no, I didn't find like an easy button to just like pop on and start chatting with people.
That's crazy.
That's weird.
So I don't know if like I said, I didn't really search for one, but it wasn't something that was like.
It should just be as soon as you open it up.
Yeah, I was hoping it would be a simple like toggle button where it was like turn on chat. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was frustrating that there was no like I didn't see it, but then again, I don't know if that's going to be how it is for launch or if that's just how it is right now. So I don't know. I'm hoping that they have a team chat because that was the one thing we've been saying is like necessary.
Yeah. I don't understand how they couldn't.
I don't know. Much more objective based that people are just going to do like what they're supposed to be doing anyway, so you won't need to like communicate that much. But
I feel like it should be opposite.
Like,
no.
I feel like that thought process should be opposite. If it's
that would have
more
happened
team-based,
in the first one too. Then.
Yeah, if it was more team-based, you'd want more communication.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's how I feel. Like it's definitely like I don't know.
The only thing I could see
even in simple games, I'd like more communication. So like if in a game like this, it's frustrating to not have it.
Yeah, the only reason I could see them doing that like is to say like for younger kids, you don't need to worry about like adults talking to your kids through this game. That's the only reason I can think of them like why they wouldn't put it in the game. But it's annoying.
I don't know, man. They have like, you know, open mic chat in freaking GTA and kids play that.
Well, kids should not play GTA, but that's
you know what I mean?
beside the point.
Well,
yeah,
they have open mic chat in every game. This is the one game where they don't.
Yeah,
even in Battlefront,
really
Battlefield rather, they have it. So I don't know.
In Battlefield, I know you have to go into the settings, though. So maybe, you know, while we're sitting here, I think I can go into settings and check and see if that's something that's even possible. Audio. No, it doesn't say anything about team chat or anything like that. So I don't know. I don't think it does, which is kind of a bummer.
That's real surprising, too.
I wonder if it's just for the beta, though. I'll hold out hope.
Yeah, it's gotta be. It's gotta be. Because, I mean, why would they not... Why would they do that again? Like, come out with a game again?
I don't know. Do you want to try to find a new lobby again?
Yep.
The beta's gonna be out until the 9th, so you have plenty of time to play it. Right now, we're jumping in for the early access.
I have like 12 hours to play it.
Yeah, Adam doesn't have much time, so we were lucky enough to like snag him and
Hitting the
get him
road
for
tomorrow.
a couple hours at least. That's
Real
nice,
dusty
man.
trail.
Well, you're headed out to Colorado, right?
Driving too.
That's a trip, dude.
That's a lot
That's
of
a long
drive.
trip.
It's gonna be awesome. I'm stoked.
I mean, that sounds like a pretty fun cross-country trip, though. I mean, you're gonna get to see some cool stuff along the way. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Some trees, some dirt.
You'd see
Some
some
cool
trees,
stuff.
some rocks.
You're gonna see some corn.
Yeah, that's also very true. If you're traveling through the Midwest, you'll see a lot of corn.
Lots of corn. Alright, I'm searching.
Thanks, man.
Sorry. Sorry, guys.
Oh, you pre-ordered. So if you pre-ordered, then you should be able to play, man. You should be able to play.
Didn't you have to have the whatchamacallit edition pre-ordered to play early?
Oh, that's true. No, you...
It's just a regular version.
No, was it...
Oh, okay.
Really?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because my brother just pre-ordered like the regular version. Cause
Oh, okay.
he's not
Because he's a loser.
yeah, he's not an expert like we are.
Because he's a casual.
He's a filthy casual.
Casual. Well,
Dude,
honestly,
why
I
can't
felt
we
like
find
the
a
stuff
lobby?
you got,
Oh, here we go.
This is better.
I
We're
feel
good.
like the stuff you got to play were, like, I feel like the stuff you got with the, like, deluxe edition, it was worth it, honestly. Like, it was pretty cool stuff. Like, I think it's like you get the Yoda card, you get, like, 3 of, like,
Costumes.
yeah, you get a couple costumes. You get like a bunch of the like elite trooper or whatever they're called, like the specialists. You get some of their like upgradable cards and stuff like that. So it came with enough for me to feel like it was worth getting, like, you know, the bundle, getting the bigger.
Right.
You know,
Plus, you get it 3 days early.
yeah, that didn't hurt either. Plus, being able to play the beta early all like made it definitely worth the extra $20.
Yeah. And a cool
Yeah.
case. And a cool theme for your PlayStation.
I have
Yeah,
that
because I
theme on
still
right
have
now.
the Darth Vader. I still have the Darth Vader as my theme for PlayStation
Oh, no, I have
from
the
the last one.
Crash Bandicoot theme.
Oh, dude, that's hilarious. Oh, because you pre-ordered the Crash Bandicoot, right? And that came with the theme and all that.
Yeah, it's a pretty
Oh
cool
boy.
theme. Plays
All right.
music and everything.
That's
Don't shoot the
hilarious.
civilians. You lose points.
Ow. What?
They don't die.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, you can shoot them? I didn't even see them. Ah! This is, whatchamacallit.
First person or
wrestling.
third person, what you guys been playing?
I play third
I've been
person.
doing both, but I prefer first, I think, which is weird. It's because of the hip fire thing, though. If you could hip fire, third person would be way better. But you really can't hip fire in this game.
No, not at all. Not at all. Not like in Battlefront. Like in the original, like you could definitely hit fire all day long.
Yeah, not on a big map.
Oh, what?
Eliminated.
That was a Drew Brees grenade right there. Holy cow.
Troopers! Although not so much this year.
True, true. Have you guys played Officer at all?
I
Yeah.
haven't played much of the officer class. I have played it, but not
Me
much.
either. But I've
played
never
every
been
class.
killed by a turret, so I'm only assuming that the turrets aren't that good.
They can self-destruct, though, and I'll bet if you can figure out how to do that strategically, it's nasty.
Oh, then it could be like a mine.
That's true, yeah.
That'd be pretty sweet.
But you have to trigger it, I think, which sucks.
But
Oh.
once again, I don't understand why they wouldn't have team chat. Because that's
Yeah.
like something like
That's like
to have
stupid.
like a thing that self-destructs. Like that's something you're definitely gonna want to coordinate with your team. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
big time. That's
So
I
it's
guess.
like
Or you can just put it right on, like, the objective, and when you
just
get the
got wrecked.
notification that the objective got picked up, just trigger it.
But how big
That's
is the
true.
explosion?
I don't know, man. I haven't really used it.
Me either.
nah, that means you gotta try it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm not doing so hot this game, guys.
I can't figure out the benefit of hitting square to active reload as opposed to just waiting for a regular reload.
I don't understand it either, and I'm trying to figure out if it's like me or and I'm just like not hitting it at the right time or something, or because like
Wait.
I feel the same way. I'm like there has to be like a benefit to it, or else they wouldn't put the mechanic in the game.
What do you mean, like when, like reloading it early, or like completely running out and then reloading it?
Hitting square. No, hitting square. Why would you do it?
Because then you have a full clip to use before you overheat. If you don't do it, then you're gonna like overheat sooner. That's the benefit.
Okay, so you have a clip and you overheat?
No, well, I guess it's just a clip. I guess it's not overheating anymore.
Mechanical damage to the transport.
Okay. I don't skip.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. But then when you like completely use the clip, there's like a blue bar and then a yellow bar, and I have no idea what those mean.
When you can hit the trigger at those times, and it'll stop the
Active reload.
cooldown.
Yeah, but is blue
Yeah.
better or gold?
Gold is better. Like gold puts your like weapon in a state where it has no cooldown, where you can just fire and you're good to go.
Oh, that's sick. I didn't know that. I'm getting wrecked.
Yeah, the training is closed off in the beta, which kind of sucks because I like the training mode of Battlefront 1, so I don't know. I
Yeah,
hope
me
that-
too. I'm trying to remember. I don't know if that was playable during that beta though. I think even during that beta,
I don't think it was.
we had to like wait for. And that was only a bummer because I'm like that training mode could have been the entire beta.
Right.
It was just so like there was barely anything there. Like there was barely anything to it. I will say this, that I'm effectively like once this game actually drops, pretty much done with Battlefront. This game like completely replaced. It wasn't like I'm not really gonna miss anything from that game. It's not like I'm gonna be like, oh man, but there's this really cool thing from Battlefront. Like this game definitely like in my eyes is like definitely replaced Battlefront like 100% at this point.
Yeah, I will
The
say,
only
I
thing-
really like the Death Star and the Bespin progression modes, and I know that they're
Right.
gonna have those in this game, but I wonder if they'll be as cool because I like the flying and then fighting on the Death Star, and then flying again. And the trench run is super cool. So if there's nothing like that, I would play that again. But
yeah, I definitely go back and play those. Even those
maps
like
are cool too.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, the Death Star was cool and Bespin was definitely cool. The only thing with those is that, like, just like everything else in that game, because it was like so much of the same for so long, it felt repetitive after a while. Not that I didn't like it, it's that, like, I would basically play either Bespin or the Death Star and then, like, put something else in to, like, mix it up. You know what I mean? Just because it was, like, those were really the two most fun to play once they came out. Like,
I do think that either of these maps would be in my top 3 maps from the first game. I really liked some of the maps in the first game. Maybe I have to play more of Matsunade's Palace, but I think that there were maps in the first game that I liked way more than either of these.
I think right now, out of everything that I've played in this game so far, Maz's Palace. Oh my god, I'm gonna keep messing that up because I'm just like not even here. Maz Kanata's Castle is my favorite so far. I think that level is a lot of fun. Plus, seeing all those flags there in exactly the same way that they were in the movie
cool
was
map.
really cool.
There were just some really awesome maps in the first Battlefront, and I hope that they don't lose that because some of them were crazy cool.
That's true. I mean, I thought playing at Jabba's Palace was really cool.
Yeah, Jabba's Palace.
Jabba's Palace was awesome. The Death Star was cool. The Carbonite freezing chamber was really cool. Just running around them was awesome. Like the Rancor pit and there were just little nuances. Maz Kanata's Palace seems to have it. I just need to run around it a little more. But,
no, there was some, like, if you've been, I don't know if you spent much time inside the actual building while we were playing her palace, but like inside they, that's where like all the really cool like ode to the movies, like all the little Easter eggs, or you can find them there, because I found a couple myself just like walking around seeing, like, one of the games that I remember seeing in the movie was like sitting down kind of like knocked over, that kind of thing. So
that's cool.
they do still kind of have that like fan service in there, which is kind of nice.
Love me some fan service.
Always need that.
Yeah, that's what makes Battlefront.
Yeah, that's why Battlefront was so good, even though, like, a lot of, what is that? So true to Star Wars. Like, it was so true to Star Wars. And honestly, like, I felt like this game is held up pretty well so far to that, but I will agree with you. Like, I feel like audio-wise, like, music-wise, I definitely, even just explosions and things like that, and just like you said, hearing
TIE fighters screaming overhead. You don't have anything like that in this one yet.
And I don't know if that's just because of the levels we have, like where maybe like feed is just so big that like you very like you're just not hearing them, or because we're not.
Neither Feed nor Maz Kanata's is that, like, I mean, they're both pretty nostalgic, but they're not like Goosebumps nostalgic like some of the parts of Battlefront 1 were. Like the Wampa Cave, or like I said, the Rancor pit, or the Trash Compactor. Those are all.
Yeah, that's true. And even out of the prequel era, this isn't the one that I'm most excited about. Like, even though I really like Naboo, and I think it's a cool looking planet, and all that good stuff, it wasn't like, oh man, Naboo is the one planet out of the prequel era that I just can't wait to play on. If it were me, I'd honestly be more excited to see like Mustafar or Geonosis or one of those planets.
Yeah, I think that kind of thing will be cool. And I don't not like these maps. It's just that, like I said, if you stack them up next to Battlefront 1, I don't know that they'd be in my top 3.
Yeah, even though these statues out front of this whatever are just freaking cool.
It's cool. It's a cool map.
That was brilliant, man. It's so pretty. Yeah, but like you said, I agree. Like, I like the Death Star map better than I like this one. And like you said, I really hope that we get to keep that kind of stuff. Like, we are gonna get to see Star Killer Base and you know, things like that. So it is only going to get better. But from what we've seen so far, it's definitely holding up to my expectations, which were pretty high. And I was like, oh man, I hope this game delivers what I'm asking for it to deliver. And so far, like I said, it seems like it's really coming through. And as far as like gameplay goes, it's been pretty fun. Like I've had a pretty good time running around and blowing stuff up.
Yeah, I'm interested to see Starfighter Assault.
Yeah, like I said, I haven't messed around with that. I flew in a ship in that. I flew in a ship and that was awesome. And like I said, the controls were definitely different, so I'm interested to see what Starfighter Assault's like, because it's gonna be weird trying to fly through space with that kind of control, because like I said, the pitch is obviously like way different, and then like Jared said, like you can turn yourself over now. Like it's not before where you had to hit a button to do a spiral. Like you can actually control your spiral and stuff like that, which will be nice.
We got them all.
It was just walking.
What?
Well, he's standing between the coffee table and couch and holding on to both of his hands. He's standing and moving between.
So you'll see, guys, you know, people who are out there watching, we're playing the Battlefront 2 beta, and right now we're trying to push into the palace and turn off the security system. We're trying to override this. So you'll obviously like see, like even now, it's much more objective based and objective driven.
Yeah, this part is super hard too.
Yeah, it's much more objective based than the original.
Yeah.
Which is nice, because you get battle points just for playing the objective and like doing things near the objective. So and yeah, and just being near your team or like staying with your squad gives you points. So when you guys do get your hands on the beta, or do wait, you know, if you are waiting for the game to come out, there's a couple tips that I would just want to throw out there for when you're jumping in, so that way you can jump in a little bit more comfortably. And one of the first things is, like we were talking about before.
Oh, she's mind controlling me. Sorry, this is freaking me out.
Yeah, she did the same thing to me. Like I was trying to run away and I couldn't. I was like, "What? Is my controller broke?" I thought my controller broke.
I was like,
yeah, the same thing happened to me. I was like, "What's going on?" But yeah, no. What I would do is I would make sure that when you jump into the game, don't immediately start trying to fire from the hip. We were just kind of talking about that, where hip fire is definitely not nearly as effective in this game as it was in the original Battlefront. Like, it's very hard to just fire from your hip and be accurate. The spread on these guns is for real. Like, it's not like before where basically you just had to lead the guy just a little bit, and pretty much no matter what rifle you were using, as long as you understood, you know, your distance, you could pretty much have like nail the shot every time. These guns definitely have a different spread, and so I would make sure, like, when you jump in, you're not just firing away. And then also the other thing I would say as a tip is to definitely play the objective, because that's what's going to get you more battle points, and that's what you're going to be able to use to upgrade. So yeah, well,
and you'll win.
But as we go through, yeah, and you'll actually win too, which is kind of nice. And I mean, at the end of the day, that's kind of what matters. Like, getting kills is kind of, you know, it's great, but making sure you win matches is really gonna be better for your stats down the road anyway. So
now it says heavy 4. This is weird, man.
You broke the game.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, mine was like, it's odd. Like, I've been playing heavy for a while, but it still says heavy 3. So I'm like, am I not, like, do I not have enough star cards? Or like, I'm trying to figure out what meter dictates how high that number goes, because I can't find it. Like, I don't know, like, what is actually affecting
We might not have access to it yet. I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. It's like, I'm thinking, like, maybe, because I know when I went to go play, oh god, I can't remember what beta it was now, but it was a beta for some shooter. I think it was Battlefield. You could only go up to like level 3 or 4. Like they wouldn't let you progress past a certain level. So I was thinking maybe this was similar, where we could only get up to like level like 3 or 4, and then it capped out because it's just a beta.
Yeah. I know we're coming up on the hour. This is probably going to be the last game of the stream. The trailer is probably going to be Monday night. Somewhere between 8:30 and 11:30. Generally,
I thought we
around
got that
halftime
confirmed.
is when we'll do it. So probably around 10 o'clock we'll have a trailer. But if you want to be sure you don't miss it, I would recommend watching ESPN starting at around 8:15.
Yeah, I would just watch football. That's what I'm gonna do.
The crappiest game of the season, but
yeah, I was gonna say, aren't the Bears like starting their
Mitchell Trubisky? Yeah, that might actually be worth watching.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
the Vikings have a
that
good
could be
defense, and they don't have a good protection around Trubisky. I wouldn't be surprised if they pull him and play Glennon just to keep Trubisky alive, which is a lot of money to him. But we'll see. Should be a good game to like drink to and for fantasy purposes. But either way, we should get a trailer.
Yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait because we've been overdue for a trailer. At first I was like, oh, I'm fine if I don't get another trailer. Now I'm like, what the fuck? Where's my trailer?
Whoa!
I'm sorry. What the heck? Where's my trailer? Sorry.
What the heck, Mom?
I don't
what the heck,
think you give a heck.
Sorry, guys.
No, yeah, I agree though. I do want a trailer yesterday, so I'm excited. I just got killed at my spawn. Oh, by it. Yeah, I want a trailer, and I'm hoping that Monday night we get one. Of course, I'll be watching on my phone in the car on the way home from Colorado. But yeah, I'm hoping.
Hey, that's alright though. You're going to see a Weezer concert, right? So.
Yeah, it's gonna be legendary at Red Rocks. There's a fan club meet and greet with individual photos with the band prior to the show. So I'm pretty stoked about that. That'll be, I think, my 4th or 5th time taking pictures with the band. So I'm excited. Plus, I like road trips. It's just I'm training for my new job too. So I'm leaving training, going on the road trip, getting back, going back to training. So there's a lot of work without much respite. But I'm excited. And Carly and the baby are going to come with me for my training and when I get back. So they'll be coming to New Hampshire with me. So it's not like I'm just never going to see them again, because if they weren't, then I would be in Colorado and then
you'd be gone for a while.
Yeah, so it's cool that they get to come with me.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. That's awesome. That's a sweet perk. It's very rare.
No, everything about the new job has been 10 out of 10 so far, I gotta say. It's been really cool.
That's what's up, man. That's great. I'm glad that's working out over there. It sounds like a dope job so far.
Dude, I've been killed by a firefighter 3 times.
I built my first deck. Like, I grip taped it and
that's what's up.
Trucks and bearings and wheels on and everything. It was pretty cool.
That's awesome. I forgot you guys do skateboards there, man.
Yeah, we've got a pro shop. It's pretty sick. And what else did I do? Obviously some really dope shoes and clothes.
Oh my god.
I'm excited. And the music is so sick. I walked out of the back room because I was doing training. I walked onto the sales floor and Mos Def was on the radio, and I almost lost it. They've got like Foo Fighters, and I'm not a huge Foo Fighters fan, but it's better than listening to like
It's better than what we were listening to, man. Like where it's like top 5 or top 10 throughout the ages, basically top 40.
Yeah, I'm excited about really just the culture in general. Everything seems really chill so far. I'm stoked.
That's awesome, dude. I'm jealous, man. That sounds like an insanely cool job. That sounds really cool, especially getting to build the deck and all that stuff. Like I said, I forgot you guys get to do that. Like,
yeah,
sick,
it was cool. I sanded it down. I cut the tape with the razor. Everything about it was pretty cool.
Dude, every time I have to put a new deck together, I love it. It's like I don't know, man. It's like peaceful almost. Like I
and you get to
like all the time,
enjoy the benefits of your craftiness.
Yeah, exactly. That's awesome, dude. I'm gonna have to come check it out up there, man. That sounds like a dope job. But yeah, man, I mean, like you said, I think that we're definitely gonna get something on on Monday. Not only that, guys, but you can check us out tomorrow.
24 hours, starting at 8.
24 hours. I was thinking of, like, because it was the beta tonight, I was almost considering going a little bit longer, but then I thought to myself, like, well, we're gonna be on all day tomorrow.
Literally
so
all day.
I figured we'd take a little break before then, so that way we don't wear ourselves out and we're like cranky and don't want to talk to you guys. So
I'm gonna play tonight. I'm just
sounds like
stream.
us.
And I'm gonna text Will tonight and see if he can hop on for some of the 24-hour stream tomorrow. Maybe he can hop on around midday when all 3 of us can be on. So
yeah. Oh my God! I just took out that tank. That was awesome. That was awesome.
Jared, do you know what time you're gonna hop on in the morning?
I do not.
Okay. You said you're gonna hit gym first and then.
Yeah, then hop on.
Okay. Keep me posted. Like I said, I'm gonna be on at 8. I'll start it off.
Yeah, guys, just you know, make sure throughout the day you go ahead and just check us out. Like we said, we'll be on all day, so whatever time's most convenient for you, stop by because we'll be here. And then once we announce the winner of the game, we'll make sure we, you know, put out a post or put something up on our Facebook or on our Instagram specifically saying
if you don't
who the
follow
winner
us on
was.
Facebook, do it now because we can tag you in that post so you have a notification that you won. Because what was it? What did we say? 24 hours. If you don't claim within 24 hours, it's gonna go to somebody else.
Yeah, we're gonna pick someone else. So make sure that you are paying attention to our various social media because we're gonna post up who won. And like Adam said, like if you don't claim it within the first 24 hours, it's not something we want sitting around. Because we want to be, you know, we want to make sure we get this to somebody. It's not like the patch where I eventually just gave up trying to give it to you guys. So we're gonna give it to somebody who wants it. So yeah, make sure you check various social media. If you haven't friended us or liked us on Facebook, do that now. If you haven't followed us on Instagram, do that now because you'll be able to find out there. And you, like Adam said, you'll just get a notification, so you don't have to worry about hunting us down all day, trying to figure out if you won or not. Or I know a ton of you are just going to be popping into the stream tomorrow just to say, hey, did you guys announce who won yet? Right. And then we're going to say in the stream, hey, just check our social media because we're going to post it there. so just,
times.
Yeah, we're going to be answering that question.
The title of the video, don't ask.
Don't ask if we gave away the video game because we definitely are just going to post it up.
Yeah.
So
we'll be giving away other stuff too. We've got the pins. I'm sure we have some other little things.
Yeah,
so,
I grabbed a couple toys. Yeah, I grabbed a couple toys during Force Friday. Some of those like 3 1/4 inch toys that they have. The Force Link ones, I think they're called Force Link. So I bought a couple of those, and there's a $20 gift card and a $40 gift card for something, whatever you guys want, and the game, and you know some stuff to give away. So yeah, we're gonna be doing
it took a lot of will to not keep those pins. Those pins are really
those
sick.
pins are really cool, man.
Disney
if you're
exclusive.
anyway like Halloween, like if you're one of those people who
Disney,
just loves,
like both of them, they're exclusive. You gotta love it.
Yeah, if you're any one of those people who just like goes stupid over Halloween, oh no, I just got booted. How about you guys?
I'm in.
I'm good.
Oh no, I just glitched out. Like I was trying to shoot somebody and it wouldn't work, and then it glitched me out of the game.
Yeah,
yeah, I got kicked. But yeah, if you like Halloween in any way, you definitely want to come like try to pick up these pins because they're really cool. Honestly, there's Yoda. I'm gonna have a picture up in the description tomorrow in our video, so that way you guys can take a look and check them out. There'll be pictures of them up on our Facebook and our Instagram and all that too. So make sure you check out our social media once again, because then you can check out what you'll be winning. So yeah, guys, make sure you take a look and see what we're doing. I'm gonna try to rejoin with you guys. Server full.
We're on the last wave. So.
Why did it kick me out while the server was full? It was like it made space for me.
That's so loud.
What the hell was that?
I don't know why.
Thank you so much to Death Trooper, Dark Knight, Michael Woodward, Andrew.
Michael Woodard?
Woodard.
What? I didn't even know he knew to watch. That's awesome.
That's funny. Clash Royale, new guys. What's up? The Reaper. Erica, as always, thanks for hanging out and moderating. Sorry I dropped the F-bomb earlier.
Moderate yourself, Chad.
Yeah, I gotta moderate myself now. Maximus. And Lolita. What's up? Thanks, guys, for stopping by. We really appreciate it.
Subscribe if you haven't.
Thank you. Yeah, make sure you guys do hit the sub button because if you're not subscribed, then you're not going to be able to win. So, without being subscribed, you can't get a chance to win. So I would make sure you did that because that'll be the way to do it. But thank you guys for stopping by. We are definitely going to be on tomorrow for our 24-hour live stream. That'll be really fun. And like we said, we're not just giving away the game. We also have some pins. We got some toys. Got some gift cards to give away. So there's going to be more than just the game. But obviously that's the big prize. So
and then keep an eye out for a trailer on Monday.
Oh yeah, make sure you guys
peel your eyes.
come check it out. But we're gonna finish up. We're gonna finish up this match, and then after that, we're gonna get out of here. But yeah, we're gonna finish this match for you guys, so you can check out a little bit more Battlefront 2 beta, and let us know in the comments before we finish this up and head out what you guys think of the game so far. If you got any questions for us about what we're thinking about the game so far, or any questions about how it's playing or anything like that, let us know. We'll try to answer it best we can. Check out cubegamers.com tomorrow for a full article about my impressions on the game. I'm going to be putting up an article there about what I've been thinking about it so far. You know what's really cool? I'm looking at the pictures, and it has all pictures of all the old queens from
I was saying that before we got on.
Oh, were you? Oh, that's awesome. I'm like, oh, look at that, dude. And there's what's his name here? Oh gosh, I can't remember his name now. Oh, I can't remember his name now. He was the guy the Chancellor was always BSing with. But either way, that's pretty cool. I like that. That makes it neat.
The blue dude? What are you talking about?
No, not Masamita.
Oh man, I'm gonna die.
Gosh. What's his name? He had the beard. He was always by
the
what's
pointy
her
beard,
name's
the governor?
Yeah. I can't remember his name though.
I don't either, but he's a governor.
For the life of me. And he had a funny name.
The governor.
Oh,
The governor.
That was his name.
I can't remember now. But yeah, that's really cool that they have the pictures up on the wall. The palace itself is gorgeous, man. It's really beautiful.
Yeah, it's a cool map.
Cool map, yeah, real
I just
good.
got flash.
Cool map, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Dude, the flashes
it's pretty rad.
Crazy in this game.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's OP.
The what is crazy?
Oh, it's small. The flash grenade.
Yeah, it is pretty insane.
Man, I'm getting shredded.
Whoa, you move really slow with the shield out.
The shield or the minigun?
The shield is nice. I think the minigun's pretty cool, but like,
God.
I think you take less damage or something like that when you have the minigun out.
Yeah,
like your
you better. It
damage.
takes a million hours to start
Introduction.
shooting this thing.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like, not only does it take a long time to start shooting it, but your mobility goes down to basically like nothing.
Yeah, you gotta
when
tank
when you
through.
have it out. Even though I will say, like, I had them, like, last time I was playing this, I had the CIS, like, all kind of grouped up on the stairs, and I just had, like, kind of turned the corner with that thing and just, like, mowed down, like, 4 or 5 of them, like, right on the steps. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool.
This is I haven't been to this part of the map yet because we've never gotten to wave 3.
Kept getting wrecked.
This part's
Holy
pretty hard because
cow.
it gets really tight.
Yeah, it's super hard.
Yeah, I'm getting wrecked. Every life I'm dying real quick. Holy cow, that just
Real
proved it.
quick. Our whole team is just getting worked. Look at the scoreboard. They have like double the amount of kills.
You
I'm
guys
pretty
have.
close
I
to
played a
the
decent amount of
dwarf.
matches today, so I don't know. But you guys will have to let me know after you've played through a couple if you feel like the CIS kind of have an advantage in this game mode. Because I felt like they had, but I just felt like maybe that's just because.
Well, this is the first
don't
time I've even gotten to this wave, so I mean, yes is the answer. Other than that, they've won before it even gets to this point.
Yeah,
they're small.
I
And
felt
I feel like
they
we're only
definitely
getting
had
wrecked
the
because the
advantage.
other team is working us, not because the battle droids have a boost or
Yeah.
anything. They have better vehicles, I guess, but if you're not using vehicles, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, also, I will say that, like, I don't know. If people are playing like me, then maybe they're having the same situation, but,
Yeah, we just
oh, bummer. If they're playing like me, I'm not really picking up the vehicles very often. I'm holding on to my battle points so I can get, like, a character instead.
Yeah.
So maybe that's, like, what it is. It's like, maybe if people played the vehicles more, then they'd be able to bomb the MTT a little bit more. I don't know. But yeah, guys, thanks for joining us. That was us playing some Galactic Assault.
It's my pleasure. No, special guest. I'm still a special guest.